Hi, I'm Dan Erke with DT Systems and Gun Dog Success, and we're here with Rooster to demonstrate how to teach your dog to work out of a field blind or a dog hide, just like this guy. Sit. Now, the items that you're going to need for this are obviously your dog, and remember your dog should be working well off lead in the yard and with distractions, and hopefully is collar conditioned so you can use your e-collar to reinforce eventually. I'm using a DT Systems wrapped collar. As you can see, I'm using this particular one because of the way it fits my hand. It gives me hand-free operation. Sit. So he's already wearing that and he's ready to go. I've got a choke chain with a short lead with just a little tab, and that's going to help us transition from having to have the lead on to working off lead and being able to teach him to the highest level of efficiency. So I'm going to place that on the dog. Sit. We'll need our field hide, and we'll also need our dog kennel. So we're going to start out using this guy. We'll need whichever bumpers that we work with in the yard, and preferably you have one that you do more work with, and then one that's kind of a specialty item that they really look forward to with. And let's go ahead and get started. Oh, also we're going to need a blanket, or preferably a piece of camo cloth like that, and that is, you're going to use that if you don't have a field hide at the time and all you have is a kennel. So the first thing we're going to do is put our dog into the crate. Heel, Rooster. Good boy. Sit. We're going to put our dog into his crate just like we normally would. Kennel. Good. Now your dog should understand basic steadiness at this point. Once the dog's in the kennel, we're going to give him our stay command. In my case, I use the word sit, and we'll throw the bumper. Sit. If he breaks, we're going to catch him like this and take the bumper away. If he stays, we're going to send him. Rooster. Heel. Sit. Out. Now, if we have any trouble getting our dog into the hide, we can use our little tab rope here to help him in, which would look like this. Kennel. Actually going to push him in like that and shut the door quickly if your dog tends to pop out. And you can bounce the door like this if they keep trying to bounce out, and say the word sit. If your dog's collar conditioned and they try to get out, you can use the door in conjunction with a nick. So it would look like this. Nick, sit, and pop the door until they'll stay in. So you might have to repeat that several times. Eventually the dog will stay. Sit. 1, 2, 3, and I'm tempting to break here. If he broke, I'd either shut the door or I'd catch him with my hand. Rooster. And what's going to happen is your dog's going to learn that when he gets into that crate, he's going to receive a steady retrieve. Steady retrieve meaning the dog's got to wait to be sent. Once he's good at that, sit. Then you can take your crate and dress it up a little bit. If you don't have a field hide, you can just take his crate in the beginning. And what I recommend at this point, remember your dog should already understand how to do this with just a regular crate. And you can just drape this on top. Now you're making it look a little bit more like what he'd see in the field. Kennel. And as you can see, I'm using the drape here to hold the door open. You can bungee that open if you want. Sit. Pretty soon your dog's going to be looking forward to working out of the hide. Now, let's see if I can get him to break. Okay, notice he put his foot out. Now, had he kept his foot out, I'd have just lightly stepped on it and he'd bring it back in. And that'll help teach him that he's got to stay perfectly inside of the crate. Notice the crate has a nice lip here too. So if that dog's foot goes over the lip, I can give him a quick step like that and he'll stay in. If he moves at all, I'm going to take the retrieve away. And with any steadiness procedure, I'm going to finish out with a lot of distracting noises. I can make duck call noises. I can make loud noises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can actually step behind like this so he can't see me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rooster. And as you can see, this guy understands the rules. Sit. The main one being that if he gets into this crate and stays steady, he's going to get a retrieve. Now let's transition to the actual dog hide itself. He already should understand the crate at this point, but I'm still going to use this little tab to help him the first time. So I'll put the dummy somewhere out of sight. I'll point in with my hand and I'll guide the dog in. Sit. Now if you're having trouble getting him into the dog hide the first time, if it's a small one, use a dummy to get him in there. Don't fight him too much. If he fights you, you can either throw some treats into there or you can actually throw the dummy in here. Come on, Rooster. Sit. Sit. Rooster. Now watch what I do. As soon as he goes in, I'm going to block him like this. Good. Take the bumper, block him and say sit. And he'll recognize the protocol from what you had taught him with the crate. Sit. 1, 2, 3, Rooster. Sit. Out, sit. Now, these are not necessary items, but I like to finish out with actually simulating the field as best as I can. This is a DT Systems hand dummy launcher. We can use this, or if we've got access to it, we can use a remote dummy launcher, which you'll see later in the video series here. I'm going to finish out with a launch from the dummy launcher into the pond here. Good. Kennel? Nope. Good. Sit. Sit. Whoops. Got to have a power load in there. Now we've got the DT Systems hand launcher. The dog's in his hide. We're going to make a lot of distracting noises. Okay, if you focus on the dog here, you notice that his foot's out. I'm going to make a correction. Sit. Okay, I made the correction. With that extra noise, he decided to get out. So I'm going to do another retrieve. I'm not going to let him pick that one up. Sit. Sit. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rooster. With repetition and good reinforcement, your dog will be on its way to working out of the field hide for you with a great attitude. Good boy, Roost. Heel.